Hey, what is up? Travis Kerr Family Flip Show. So today is a sourcing Saturday. I'm going to be hitting some community yard sales. Fall is in the air. This is the time of year when community yard sales really start hitting hard. Typically you'll see a large slew of them in the spring, and then again when summer ends and fall begins. So the temperature's awesome. I'm hitting a really large community yard sale first, so hopefully we'll do pretty well today. If you haven't seen this channel before, we are a family of resellers that source things from various sources such as yard sales, flea markets, estate sales, auctions, anywhere that we can buy something low, flip it online for a profit, primarily on eBay. What we do is we really essentially move things out of the wrong marketplace to make optimal dollars. So we will pull something out of an estate sale, out of a yard sale, and then flip it online for a profit where we can possibly make optimal dollar. Our mission in doing this channel is to hopefully help others who maybe want to do this for themselves. There is an unlimited marketplace, unlimited amount of niches that you can do in this space or specialize in. Ours is just more of a generalist space, so certainly check out others who do this as well. If you do like content like this, I hope you would be able to hit that subscribe button and certainly like if you do. Anyway, hopefully I'll keep you posted as things progress throughout the day, and hope you enjoy. So you know this yard sale is going to be insane when I'm just in line to get a map for this neighborhood. You don't see that often at community yard sales, but this is one that was well advertised, so I expect there's going to be a ton of people out today. First stop, I just picked this up for $10. There's only 2 of these in there, but I really think this will sell pretty fast for probably $50 to $60 just with those last 2 that are in there. So pretty happy with that first find. Next picked up is this PetSafe Stubborn Dog in-ground fence. I just paid $40 for this. Everything's new and sealed in here, so I think this will sell and sell really quickly for probably over $100. So I just bought these 2 UV air whole house air purifiers for $15 a piece. I don't know how well these will do. I'll have to research them and catch back up with you later on that, but hopefully this will be a good purchase. Next up, I just got these women's Georgia boots. I don't know what these will sell for. I bought them for $7. I just know Georgia Boots is a good brand, and they look like they're in pretty good shape. So $7, I think we'll do okay with those. Also just got this TI-84, which is probably the best of the TI's calculators that you can buy, but this is actually the CE Plus, which actually sells for a good bit more. It says 30. I offered 25 and she accepted it. So I feel like these sell for like $75, $80 and pretty quickly. So I did pay up for this a bit more than we normally pay, but it's a good series, so, and I think it'll sell really quickly. So just picked these up at this yard sale. These are Stan's No Tubes. I don't know a ton about these, to be honest. I paid $40 for this. So I'll do some research and then we'll see if I made a big mistake later. One other thing, guys, too, is if you've seen my channel before, you know that I use this app, but it's called Where Have I Been? It is a lifesaver in a neighborhood like this. As you can see, beautiful Lake Norman all around these houses. But you definitely want to use this if you're in a large neighborhood where everything starts looking exactly the same. So definitely check that out. So words and even this video doesn't do justice to how many people are out at these yard sales this morning. It is crazy. I mean, just every street that I'm going down is completely lined up. You can see both directions. So this was definitely well advertised sale, which you didn't always see during COVID. You would come to these and you wouldn't have nearly as much traffic. So, but good to see everybody out, but it is so chaotic this morning. So as you can see, I just wrapped up at this community yard sale and I coated every street in this entire neighborhood. So this was a very affluent neighborhood on Lake Norman, which is a really nice area where we are. Multi-million-dollar houses in some cases, especially the ones that are on the water. So I think I did okay this morning. Not as good as I think I did last time that I came to this neighborhood, but that's the way it goes. So I am literally not sure if I have it in me to try to hit any more sales. I may try to hit a thrift store or so, and then show you some items that I got last night as well, whenever I do a final breakdown. So anyway, I'll see what other kind of trouble I can maybe get into in the next little while here, and be sure to show you that as well as we maybe backtrack towards the house. So we're back at the house. It's the next day, and I'm going to run through kind of a breakdown of what we bought today yard selling. And I ended up going to a Goodwill. Didn't really buy anything there, but I think we've got some really good finds today. The first thing that you saw probably earlier in the video is this whole house air purifier. I bought both of these systems for $15 a piece, and I actually looked up comps on these, and believe it or not, these things sell for like $180 to $190. So if you can turn $30 into nearly $400, let's just call it $375. That's a really good find, so I'm definitely happy with this purchase. Next up, which I don't believe that I showed earlier in the video, is this PetSafe basic bark collars. And so there's actually two different units in here, and I'm looking up just the single units, even pre-owned, sell for like $25. So I may be able to pull out maybe as high as $50 out of this, and I paid $5 for these two bark collars. So all you dog owners out there, tell me this: what is a fair and equitable way to do this when you have two dogs and you put a barking collar on one, the other dog barks, and both get zapped? That is the dilemma that I've always had with these bark collars being effective. So if you guys have suggestions, let me know. But two units, we'll probably sell these separately, and it looks like there's a battery in there as well. Next up, you saw earlier in the videos is these. This is OEM original manufactured HP ink. There's two in here. I think this will probably sell for close to $50, just these two. We'll probably just pull them out of the packaging and sell those. So love finding toner. It sells really quickly, especially if it's like a Brother, HP, Lexmark. Epson is another good one to look out for. Next up that you saw earlier are these Georgia boots. It still has the little tag on here. I don't think these have been worn very often, but Georgia Boot is a really good brand to be on the lookout for. I did look these up. These sell for like $55 to $60 plus the buyer paying shipping. So we'll get these listed up, and I hope these will probably move pretty quickly, if I had to guess. Another classic thing to always be on the lookout for is the TI-84. In particular, this is the TI-84 plus CE, which is actually better than the regular TI-84. Otherwise, I would not have paid $25 for this. That's way overpaying for a regular TI-84, at least from your time and profitability perspective. Normally try to pay like $10-15 for those. This one sells for like closer to $65 to $80, even pre-owned. This did, upon further inspection, have some scuffs on it, so I may have to discount this down a bit, but still $25 into $60 to $70, and it will move pretty quickly. Is certainly worth it. Next up is another PetSafe item. PetSafe is a really good brand, particularly with the in-ground systems and collars. So this, I believe, I said earlier in the video, I paid $40 for this. This will sell and probably sell pretty quickly for maybe $100 to $115. So really happy about that because it'll go quickly. I paid $1 for this Wii Play. Not really to resell, but really just to pick it up. If we have Wii systems that we run into, it's always good to throw in a game. And I think this may have is a game that maybe came with the original Wii, if I'm not mistaken. So it's all fully complete, in good shape. So pick that up for $1 just for a future play. Next up is this pellet gun. So this is an Air 17, and I believe this is actually a vintage or approaching vintage age. And so I looked up and found some good comps on this, and this is a Crosman branded pellet or BB gun. And I asked the gentleman how much for this, and he said $50, and I was like, okay, well, that's not happening. So I just kept walking, and then he came back later and said that he would do it for $20. So I was like, okay, I'll take this for $20. Quickly put this in the car because I didn't want to be walking around the neighborhood carrying this thing. But nonetheless, I think that we'll end up doing pretty well with this. It is missing this piece here, but I did see a really good demand for this. So even if we list this for just parts, I think it'll do pretty well. And I'll try to flash on the screen what I think this may sell for. Last up for my yard sale purchases of the day, at least, are these Stan snow tubes. And I did show you these briefly, but I did some research on these, and I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll try to flash on the screen what I think these will sell for. But I saw individual pieces selling for like $40, $50, $60, like this piece, and some of this, and so these seem to be in really good demand. I know that anything in that like road cycling family can be good, and we've sold stuff like this before, and I don't know a lot about it, so I will have to research this and try to give you guys a better idea. But for $40, I feel like we're going to do really well with these two Stan Snow Tubes rims. Next up, on to Camden's Sourcing Saturday. He got this at a yard sale, this Milwaukee Polisher, for $20. So I'll have to look this up and see how it does. If I had to guess right offhand, I'm going to say probably close to $100. This thing is really heavy duty, but I will look that up, fact check myself. He bought this in New Wave Induction Cooktop, which is in really, really excellent condition. I'm not sure that it's hardly been used. And if you're not familiar, induction cooktops only work with generally cast iron or certain types of stainless steel. And then if you don't have those, then you have to have basically something that slides in on top of this that would create that. And I guess it works by some sort of magnetic field that I'm not smart enough to understand. But this thing's in really good shape. It's all together. I'm thinking this will probably sell for $50 plus, the buyer paying shipping. Maybe it would not sell for that much if it wasn't in such good condition, but anytime you see induction cooktops, you definitely want to look them up, especially if they're reasonably priced, like $10, because they do sell quickly. Next up is this Hydrojet. This is something, I guess it goes into a tub, and I have not even looked in this box to see if this is new or pre-owned, but generally things in this family go for in that $60 to $70 range. I'll look it up and see. I think he paid $10 for this. It will have a large effect on what this sells for, whether it's been used or not. If it's pre-owned, it might be as little as like $25, and maybe not quite as good of a buy. The next two items, I have no idea what these are. I'm just going to be honest with you. I found an ad for a public radio, believe it or not, that was having a sale and getting rid of a lot of their items. So I got these two red Rover, or actually Camden got these two red Rover items, and then when we got home we discovered this particular one is cut, so that may end up, I don't know, we'll have to see if they do parts only, because I don't have the time to mess with trying to fix that. But this one was intact, so these were $10 a piece. Next up that he got at that radio sale are these two digital pulse code modulation from Sony. And again, I have no idea what these actually do, but we were told that all of these have been tested. And then the last one looks like is a really fancy VCR. It has all these like random options and things on it. So we will look these up, but I want to say probably like $150 to $200 a piece for these. And Camden paid $10 a piece for these, and we were told they were tested. So that is certainly a really good buy. And the last three items that he got out yard selling today are these three pairs of shoes. And stay with me here, but because I know what you may be thinking on these shoes, but these are actually Allen Edmonds, which is a really good brand of men's shoes. They can sell for really high dollar, and they can sell quickly, but these are very unique. I've never seen Allen Edmonds like these, and I believe these are called Broad Street is the name of this particular model. But I mean, they've got these dice here. This one's missing one of the dice, but how could you not pick these up? I might try to rock these. What do you guys think? I definitely will not probably be wearing these, but Allen Edmonds that are unique. So we'll have to see how these do. If this was a $10 bust or a $10 gem. And then these were from the same seller. These are Harley Boots. These were $10. So I think this is going to end up covering us if we made any mistakes anywhere else, because these will probably be pretty good. And I'll try to flash on the screen what I think these will sell for. And then lastly are these boots. We probably may donate these back. These are redhead boots, which are actually pretty good boots, but the condition down here does not look good. These are I called the Lubbock 2 snake boots. So something that would probably be normally a good idea to pick up, but just not in quite as good a condition as we may like them to be. So anyway, all in all, a pretty good day out there yard selling. Next few items I'm going to show you are some items that we bought on a half price day at a consignment sale. So if you watched this channel before, you've probably seen that we will frequent some consignment sales. And they do semi-annual consignment sales in this area. So we'll go on half price day and see if something was maybe a little bit overpriced on the beginning days of the sale, and pick up some items that we think may do a little bit better in a different forum, such as eBay. So check out these finds. First thing that I bought for $12.50 is this Britax Stroller Board. I don't know if it will zoom in, but you can see $25, so discount yes, which means that was $12.50 on this particular day. Hopefully, this was all brand new on the inside, so hopefully this will sell for like $60, $70, somewhere in that range. Next up was this Lego Batman. I think we paid regular price for this, but it was worth it even though the box is damaged. This was $9, and I think it's still sealed and new, so we'll see how that does. Next up are these little Thomas engines. So these are, I believe, the battery operated ones, which actually do pretty well. Thomas can be a very oversaturated market, and so you really want to be careful when you pick these up. But some of the ones that aren't the common ones that you know can sometimes do better. Like, I don't know, like that's a cat leopard looking one. I'm not a big Thomas aficionado, so I don't know who that is. But anyway, I think we'll do pretty well with those being the battery operated ones. And the rest, as you know, like our shoes. So these are some Adidas cleats picked up for $4. I believe these look like football cleats, if I'm not mistaken. They actually even have some turf stuck in them. But they overall in really good shape. These are Adidas golf shoes, and that look almost brand new. These were $5. These I actually decided to pay regular price for. They were not on discount, as you can see. It says no. So paid $13.50 for these, but I looked them up and they actually do really well. Again, there's some turf stuck in there, but that's not a big deal. These are in really good shape, and these actually seem to do pretty well. Next up are these little Nikes, and just with a really unique colorway. These ended up being $8.50. They were $19 originally. Next up are these Nikes that have a very unique colorway, and so I did pick these up. They just caught my eye. We ended up paying $9.50 for these. These were on discount. Air Maxes, really good shape overall. So I think we're going to end up doing pretty well. I'll try to flash some comps on the screen. Last but not least are these Jordans. These were $38 regularly, so probably paid around $19 for these, and just in really good shape. And the bottoms are still good. So just all in all, some really good finds on this half-priced day. So definitely be on the lookout for those if you have them in your area. Just Google semi-annual consignment sales in your city to see if you have any. And not only good for reselling, but even better for your family if you need to find some really good things at a affordable price that are gently used or almost brand new in some cases. So here's today's final breakdown. As you can see, we spent about $375 for this weekend's sourcing. I went through and conservatively added up everything that has either sold and used the actual price, or any comps that you saw there. I discounted them down to some degree and added it up. And I believe that conservatively we'll have around $2,200 in sales off of the items sourced in the video that you saw today. So if you do the math on that, $2,200, you could roughly expect to keep about $1,100 to $1,300 of that. So I'm just simply taking 50 to 60%. It's typically what you can plan on keeping by the time that you factor in all kinds of expenses, such as shipping supplies, the cost of shipping, and maybe some other items as well. And you can certainly do better than that, but that's just a really good rule of thumb. 50 to 60% of your gross sales is generally what you can expect to keep. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully I'll be back for many more. And certainly if you do like today's video, hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.